난 그생은저 Lam Rim 자주 Lam Rim 첨부 냠수 렘비 레알레안 지금저 네 초사 집시한 제고 원장 초사 집시한 제발라 초사 유 개뷰 초신 세다비약 세다 고고래 지나다 최고 부서 유지 고고로와 지나 초신 그생은저 초신 세다 안디고 세다다다 되네 지게 세다브체인데 소신디게리아 항안저 조심제 탐지 한 선남이 소사야기 추부의 유리아 한 주로시 지내야 한 직소 지내기 되니 휴지 한 사다 그생디 디고 주로.
Good evening. So last week we continued to look at this presentation of the marvelous Lam Rim tradition. And we spoke about how in order to be able to spiritually progress and be of greater benefit to others, one needs to generate a comparable motivation. And then in order to engage in the activity of the accumulation of virtue, one accomplishes a particular visualization. And so that's what we looked at last week.
자, 먼저 그지 초신 세다비어도 저기 생기 계기 야 야샤비기 티침보체 소소가 dwi기 안에 dwi기 태가들라 안 dwi리야 안에 생기 침보기에 디 야샤비 티시체 디가 알아면도 빼마체 안 디가 알아 안에 다와체 디가 알아 니메기 호체 안 디가 알아 안에랑기 뭐안 덤바랑게 Lama Yimbala, number Dumbashaka Tubache, and Shutubache, Dines Samra, Dinacom Dine, and the Dumbashaka Tugania was her Yagalia Tur de Dine, Yawato Chanda, and then Yaman Jinaki Lamatiki Shuyu Sambata, and Ian Patria de, and Jizun Jambache, and the Tako de Papa Tomela Sopa, and Geshe Thubten Rabten Yore Samada, and G Yundu Trebege, and Jizun Jambeya, the Tagodu, and Anzo, Kumbulubla Soba, Samateviki Lamati Yore Sayata, and then the Nidulia Rangi Chure, Chiongusu Lamatiki, and then Idam Gilhaswati Keche, Digala di Dunatene, Casore Sangi, Tribukuti Keche, and Diga Wala, the Nechanju Semba, the Raja. Nyandu power control. Chuyo so much your samje dinigi, kissing out the dinigi, sat after some not on Dinish Tangore, Tagore said Dinico Shuroda.
And to briefly recap on the visualization, we spoke about how one visualizes from emptiness arising the eight snow lions, which represent the 8 fearlessnesses, holding up a bejeweled throne, and on top of that is a variegated lotus, on top of which is a white, a yellow sun disk and a white moon disk, and on top of that arising arises Buddha Shakyamuni, who is in essence one's own root Lama, or is indivisible, inseparable in essence from one's own root teacher. So this was the main visualization, and then coming from light rays from his heart, from his light rays from Buddha Shakyamuni's heart to above him is the experiential lineage headed by Vajradhara, and to the right of the main deity, to his right, is the lineage of vast conduct, headed by the conqueror Maitreya, and then to the left of the visualized deity is the lineage of the profound view, headed by Manjushri, and including Nagarjuna, and Maitreya includes the Maitreya lineage includes Asanga and other great masters. And then, so that's the visualization thus far, and then surrounding the throne in like petals going out will be starting at the highest level, that of all first in front of the of Shakyamuni is one visualizes all one's teachers, and then at the level surrounding that are all the yidams in circular form, and surrounding them at the next level are all the Buddhas, and the next level all the Bodhisattvas, and the next level hearers and solitary realizers, and then the next level the Dakas and Dakinis and Dharma protectors. So that is in very brief form the visualization that we mentioned last week. And last week we also mentioned the symbolism of various components of the visualization.
Tembashage to Tugani Power, Trace, Verdi Ganglia, and Sosaranalia, and Shuchi, Digan Shudura, Jeza, Deniza, Dichazan, Mola, Rangelamigi, Namturu Chature, Danganzuge, Nangolia, not the Michidan, Nangolia, and the Saye, Lama Idam, Saye, Jason Power, Quando Chuyo Suma said, got Jidane to Nangol. Cabaret Tomato. Dondala, Mola, Tishasan, Lamigi, how to go, Lama Tombasha YouTuber, Digi, Namtrikanya Chadigas.
So that's the structure of the visualization. But it's important, though, not to rarefy these varying beings, but rather remain aware that they are all, in essence, inseparable from one's root Lama. So they're coming, all these beings emanate from and surround Buddha Shakyamuni, who is in essence one's root Lama. So therefore, or who is in essence inseparable from one's root Lama. So therefore, one can relate to all these beings here as being emanations of one's root teacher. So this is how to relate to the various beings that one is visualizing, to relate to them as being in essence inseparable from one's root Lama.
That in the Nigi Toshingi, that Manzuki Sonam Sasaki, you Chebufiso, you, that the Nigi Ingogil Hazo Tigelia, that didn't Nazukariko shares and that you get Kuchu Soyada, and Jelia, and you get Namze Puyada, and it's Chebufiagi Dikorma share.
Where we're going to continue with now is we've generated this visualization of the field of merit, and it's called the field of merit because one accumulates merit on the basis of this visualization, in that this is the object to which one makes offerings. So now we come to the next part of the practice, which is that of making offerings, and we start with the bath offering, which includes offering clothing and ornaments, etc.
Chidanga 저기 Lama Pedi, Dangas, Dirua, Dangas, Severum Chiruch, Pevene, Denishu, Dambone, and ya Dualpa, Denishu, and shoot to Kalpa, and Denishu shoot to Kala shoot you, and Jurua, and Dene ya Simshalapa, Peda, and then it's again, and the Kuchu Soga, the Nikuchu Sanamse Pueda, the Nico Shala Pueda, and Jigge, and Jela Pusave Jelia, and Jig Chobakar Puena, then Jelia, and Jig Dicelia, Jigin, Shea Dia, Jamia Dia, the Ne Cham Chopia Rojorua, Jidane, I think I answer you. Did which that would
So this process we can relate to what through the lens of what actually happens in our world when we invite someone of great eminence, and in particular when they are of great importance to oneself, such as, for example, when we invite a holy being such as Lama Zopa. We first prepare the place to which he's going to come before he comes to that place. So his seat or his throne is prepared thoroughly before he comes. Then once he arrives, then we'll make various gifts, perhaps offer some food, and if there are performances such as song and dance to be offered, then that will be done at that time. So in our worldly life, this is how we behave, and we follow that similar principle, that similar process here too. Now we come to the ablution, or the offering of how to say, like offering of cleansing or cleaning or washing the body of the Buddha.
나 데니기 다지게 구추쇠야 안지 구추쇠사기 다지게 So
to offer to wash the holy body, one needs a bathing house, or what we'd have in our own home we'd call a bathroom, but here we call it a bathing house.
And jike ma gangbara jinba jike ma nimdi shabu meba jik sopsora jina delia gangbara zuyong duni be ma si luli yang azi galang la delang la yong ki bangtang ya go shu che ba che ni tang digi delia anti yo yin medo dang xing zha ma da medo zha ma da rinpoche rik dene zha ma ra yo ba she dene jike ane jike samdang go gore.
We imagine this bath offering as being something more magnificent than what exists in our world. So it's vast and spacious. It is exceptionally comfortable to abide in. So just walking on the ground is soft. It's not harsh at all, and it's decorated with the most beautiful of flowers and precious jewels. So in our visualization, we make it quite magnificent.
And
within this abode, we visualize all kinds of precious things.
Chilone dana nanglo chasang tongduge nanglo dani chilo chasang tue tongduge shewana wegi rangshinjik kangpa dine wegi rangshinjik an diga dus gepi ma kangpa busha topi hebaji andi anu koi
diga toka yore
toka ma tongbo membaji topi baji kogorese kangpa masana denige ane di dushi inzang cho shire gore goshi yoba samdang gores ta di nanglo dilia ta ninganzu yinne chuti yor da chu chudbe maso chuyago zangma jima yago chudi ba jikti legadne jima de karana semlia delala chawaida dinigi
jima yona mena
jima
yona mena
yobashi jima yago shu yoba jima de ba karana semlia ba galana jiuyongya ji sa dinigi nenji bögi jida dinigi jiao jishinbu yoba dinigi chugi da jige 오들 마 안지 제마스로 저러와 델리아 세르기 제마나 잠바 세르기 되는 시유에 되는게 추 캠페인나라 추되는 여바체 고시드마 안에 견자로서 마선마 추나마 주에 견자 숨되는 여바 삼라죠.
네, 알레비디 도카
도 양치는 주마마 로와딘 마로와딘 수분나라 마주로와지데 되는 도 야로 마선나 견자로 숨미 여바다 되는게 나 디나로야 아니 추나로를 숙지 다대시 중국에 하소나라 하가제 연나 하차상라 숙지 여바메바체 그래서
네 칙 하코전데 칙 양교성한 디 세르기 제마 여레
제마는 Gyatso 원래 제마요로와 디나시 메뉴 수미 추고들야 그가르요스네 세기 제마나 제마나 세기냐래서 그래.
In this vast, beautiful plain that is incredibly soft and filled with all kinds of precious objects, as well as beautiful flowers. In the middle of this, then, is the bathhouse. So the bathhouse, from our worldly experiences, we'd imagine it being made out of glass with four walls, and with 4 walls and an entranceway on each wall and a roof on top, a decorative roof on top. But so we can easily relate to it as being made of glass, but really it's made of light. So it's completely translucent and bright and vibrant. Within this bathing house made out of light, then there is in the center the bathing pool, and this is filled with clean, translucent, fragrant-smelling water. The fragrance is so beautiful that it brings great joy to the mind when one smells it. And at the bottom of the pool is a thin layer of sand, but that sand is golden flakes or flakes of gold. And then, so this bathing house has doors, one in each of the walls in the 4 directions. And then when it comes to the pool in the center, there are 3 steps down into the pool. And within the pool, there is an individual throne for each of the deities.
That's so that draw Simjan Tam, Jiggy Simjan Samaki, then he chu lenje and Ma say Bumbigit and chu to lenje, then Ma chulu chinba, Chikutu Sersha, Subutu, Kutu Sugores, Serba Sergi Mabachi or Echele.
And then within the maybe surrounding the bathing pool is a golden vase, and this is again filled with water, with which will be poured onto the holy body so as to bathe it. But one then generates an aspiration. May this offering to the holy body be made not just by myself but by all sentient beings, and that may there therefore be these golden vases sufficient for each and every sentient being to make this offering of ablution to the holy body, so that each and every sentient being can accumulate virtue, the seeds of happiness.
지나 라소디게리아 수불리안 작바로 제데니기 조바로 유에시 주교르스는 데네 마레스 데니기 요 마레스 데니기 주고 데니기 작바도 조바스 가야 말 장마와 이내양 안주디 주요도 소소기 류가 유숨기 디바다야게 치도 아니 구추스 고레스 구추스에 메바치 소소기 달야 이거 라소디게리아 구추스요도 데니기 주요도 다 소소리아 냥 소소 나올이야 원예 라마 대술 이달 하소데 티래야 아니 직 수부주야가 조바스카요 말이네 소소 나올이야 샤르디겐 조바로 쉬베네 대소 다송 삼바다 소소 나올이야 아니야 소수기 데니기 라초 하소디기 구주 수용도 소수기 류가 유스미 디바 다송 삼백 디바 다에게 돈달라 아니 구주 수야래 디소남사 소소 소남사에 돈달이야.
Holy body is a perfected body, so it of course is not dirty like perhaps our body is after a hard day's labor. So their body is thoroughly clean. But here one imagines that they are perhaps, if one wishes, one can imagine that they are emanating dirt and showing dirt on the perfect body, so that one can wash that away, thereby purifying, accumulating virtue in order to purify our own negativities. Or one can make this offering without imagining that there is any dirt on the perfect body, but they are enabling this themselves. They are making themselves available as an object of offering, so that ourselves and all imagined sentient beings can create virtue in order to purify our own negativities.
Bendigo, 저기 소수기 파마디게 소슬레 짜침보시고 인자당 저기 파마디 깨진 침보시고래 상아서 파마디게 짜침은 삼제 소소랑이 파마레 제와시고 제제는 파마디길이야 아니 지게 예수부 주제야다 되는지 여러 밤에 둘로 주제야 되는 파마리아 수부 주제야다 되는 용구로 와다 되는 어디나시 안에데 랑기 더 초진디길이야 빼 마세 짜침보다 시우 깨진 침보다 지우 지신은 소수기 델이야 구샵제야다 소수기 대구제 도스네 구체수에게 쇠 되네기 제발에 되네 안 소소랑기 룽아 있음 디바다제 안 소소랑이야 디바다야게 된다라 어도스네 매바지야 되디로 봐라 구체수에게 김전로 되디로
In our everyday life, if we generate a strong sense of appreciation for the kindness that our parents, for example, have shown us, and we generate this overwhelming recognition for the kindness they showed us, especially when we were at our most vulnerable, We may well want to make a similar offering to them. Perhaps in the worldly context it wouldn't be a bath, but it would be a spa break, and we'd offer them beautiful clothes and ornaments so that they could have, so that they could generate great happiness, and we could repay their kindness. So that's how we would perhaps relate in the worldly sense. But here, with a similar mind, a mind of respect, a mind of appreciation, with a wish to become just like these holy beings, we now make offerings to them in order to accumulate virtue, purify our negativities, and spiritually progress, so that we can too attain such a holy state ourselves.
지다당고로와 디나시 다 구르스에서는 다 구치스네 다 구치야 아니 바직 베레 다르닝제보 베 룰리아 레바자미 베 마스 룰리아 지기 대기슈 용되겐 되네기 아니 다르기파 아니 구파 지다다 제야다.
Having offered ablution, then one offers. The next offering is the drying of the holy body, and so here one imagines doing so with a cloth of exceptional comfort and softness.
남균데 가르치기에나 디돌로 디저부시고 피고라 다된바상 예좀된데 시간도 기고 라소기 된바상 예좀된데 다디수 gelong 남제는 추기 남숨 마도 현다 추기 말아 추기 남숨 대솔야 안 추기 남숨 부야다 되네 아직에 롱국이 남쟁기다 대솔야 안 아직 링하다 겐다 차상 부야다 안데 지금이 안데 냐나 자셈 안데 소소라랑기다 안데 소마 디길이야 바와 카로마 디길 둘로로 넘긴지 간에 추기 아디나지 부이지네 거 소소라랑이야 지금 넘긴데 뒤튠비게 이제 부이 아니 둘로 부야다 아니 겐체 다제야다 모두 겐다 부야다 디스 부야디레 나사 부야디네 겐 부스.
So having offered ablution and then dried the holy body, then next would be to offer clothing and ornaments. So to the central figure, Buddha Shakyamuni, who's in essence one's own Lama, being in the aspect of a monk, then one would offer the three robes. So one would offer the three robes of the Namja, the Chogu, and the Shamtab, offering these to the Buddha. Then the other beings who are perhaps in the Sambhogakaya aspect, then one would offer suitable clothing to what the Sambhogakaya Buddhas wear, as well as ornaments. And then the Dakas and the Dakinis, they would also be offered clothing and ornaments that are similar to what they would usually wear. So the offerings here are made in accordance with the being to whom one is offering, rather than perhaps what we would normally offer in our worldly context.
that many chugane ya page ya de shi an ji ho shuksa di ga le ya ye de shu go ro da ya shu re ni za de ne za da dang zhou la tu zi xi ni ji su zhe du yin ji si che ba da ye ne de si zhen ne shu so se ci xie di di ne min de ya di re de ne za da dang zhou la tu zi xi ni ji su zhe tu yin ni ji si che ba da ye ne de si zhen ne shu so se ro ji za di don da la ka le go se ne da nga da nga zu zhuo sim jian tam 지게 된다 양안쪽에 딱예 경험이 된다 양안쪽에 최고 부여하다 아니 디베샤야다 되니게 제호도 되네자 결혼 안줄이야 특세와 체제 제의 원경 안쪽이 된다리안 야제대 휴로시에서 오른
Den konsum also immer die Seltabjeki Zugschwing der Yanka.
Das ist mal Page, die die Gasura diese.
Gosso. So then one has performed this ablution offering. Then, just like in the normal worldly context, one would re-invite them or request them once again to return to the merit field with the request, please remain here with me in this way throughout this life. here to guide me, here as an object that as not just of guidance, but objects that I can make offerings to, and thereby accumulate merit to aid my spiritual progression. I think, again, I read now the verse in the middle of page 8, so I changed my translation. It was a little mistaken, so I'll read the slightly different translation from what we have in the middle of page 8. And exceedingly, and just to say, so remember this is very abbreviated. So here and following, it's just short bits from the text that are mentioned. Then again, the comments on this. An exceedingly fragrant bathhouse means that having generated a bathhouse, offer ablution, clothing, and ornaments. Thereafter, you and all sentient beings should request the merit field to once again abide so that offerings can be made.
And the Nala in the Michiganese would to say to Lord Chasan, preach at the Logon Sergel, that penny peroche and Chikia, Chewu and Chewu Shella peroche, then issue at the Jibaru, that she has imagined the Roda, to Shiro, Dirusho.
It's just like when one has esteemed guests and they've come and you've now welcomed them and you're requesting them to please continue to stay. The party's not over, please continue to stay.
That is what the Nigan on to get Samlon, some logi, Merbache, do Chinan, Denia, and what they do, some Merbache, then Ma, then issue, then Tukana, Basu, Chikutu, then Chike, Kutu, and Dulo Puya, then a Quenza, then ya, Page and Chebigia, Chopiagi, Yakia, Chebopiag, Mushinia, Casa, Ya Yulia, Persons and Biggie, then I do Merbache, some of them Merbache.
So this is all being created within our way of thinking. So this is done on the aspirational level. So we've invited all the holy beings in with the recognition that in essence they are our teachers, they're like emanations of our teachers. We've created and invited them to this mandala that we've created before us, or this merit field, this mandala or this merit field. And then having come there, we've now asked them to come to this bathing house, and we've made further offerings to them, and then requested them to return to the mandala or to that merit field, so that we can continue to make offerings to them, so that we can accumulate merit, so that we can continue with our spiritual progression. It's quite possible to think, really, this is all just happening on the mental level. What's the point of it? In fact, is there any point to this?
That is the Meba Cherry, Mado, when you're writing as Nuba Marathonic, when you're to a Nuba Mere, Meba Cherry, in Adangazulia, Meba Cherry, and so Sonam Sagore, Cancela Dondala Anzuki, Carajos and Anzu Sonam Sagora. Then Sonam Sagoinza, the Nigi Meba Cherry, and a Jeodu, so Sonam Sagore. So
whilst this is the case, that we are doing this merely on the mental level, the aspirational level, and we don't have the ability or the power to engage in this way on an actual level, because it is being done intentionally and it's being done on this level of aspiration, this mental level, virtue is being accumulated through these virtuous attitudes and engagement.
Sayadi together some Korea and Debache, you will have the years and be Debache, Desulma, Desula, Manzuki, Deniki, Sachi together, Yahu Pugus and begin to do it and Namset in the Pugus and sometimes this some Koron Kevara Chagora, this some Koron Kevara.
the reason that one is creating virtue is the minds and the motivation that are being generated. So one has generated a mind of faith, one has generated, through this mind of faith, one has created this incredibly beautiful space, and then within this, one is making offerings. But the importance here is not just the mere visualization, but this mind of faith that is powering this mental process.
Delia and Sangi Kingo Wada, Sangi Machi Merwa, Zanganzu Karitsam, Samnala Karakume, Manzu Karichigume, Sangi Chasan Kendigora, Chazanganzu Karsam Gorson, Dinigi Chibupu, Donal, do which in a Sangi Shu, something of sometimes Rangazo also Magia Mato, Di Mabachisi Utela, Sangi also Petigor, Lama Chasan Sangi Petigore. Pedova Inza, Nangazulia Chopuyus, Mebachevaina, and Delia, also rang, Nazu, also Majevaina, Delia, and Sangi Pedova Inza, and Delia Chopina, or the Konzugi Chevashigurova, just the thing also Tinu Chevapugi, Dunda Dugur, the Chevapuya, Sonam Saya, Chazan Dugur,
and moreover, whilst we are engaging in this visualization, and even though we can't directly see what we are merely imagining, the omniscient mind is completely aware of what we are doing, what our aspiration is, our motivation is, the visualization, our requests, our invocations. The omniscient mind is completely aware of what we are doing. And the Buddhas, who are in essence our Lama, are hardly going to ignore us when we have opened our mind to them, we've made heartfelt requests to them. They are hardly going to ignore us and say, oh, you're not developed enough, you're not able to actually do this. They are here. They are here. And therefore, so whilst from our side we are merely engaging on a level of visualization, but because of our strength of faith, which has been generated in the many preceding steps, the Buddhas have responded. And therefore, we are making offerings on a visualized level, we are making offerings to the Buddhas.
That Delia Chinganzi de Soche, Manzugil Kehab Bombo Be, Massa Yapu, that's Chinpe, Yapu Inse, D. Dondalang to Pechik, Taya, Travia, Dunga, Taya, the Dinchevena, Bombo de Dele, Omar de Inea, Bombo di Hagurua, Hagona, and Bombo di Gagirua. We don't allow continuation by Apores and Gagirua. She's an hour to Jehovah, the Kalchin Chigors and Bombo Gag, don't that Chigurua, Bombo Chinganzo Yapoyas and Densi Bombo Gag, Gabuya, Dondala, Mahasu Dinichi, Bombo Gurua, and Bombo Gavujungurua, Dondala, Donda Dugurvada. Or Dinashi, Bedina, Chigre. I Super Michero down, and Jaur Michero down, De Shuyoma, Danganzuki, Chesonalia, and De Jam Chukuba, the Super Chukuba, Shachan, Rimichu Honzu, Dondala, Manzuki, Chevo Pugis, Chevo Pu, Molam Deptin, Chevena, and Rimiche Kundo, Sengirua, Hagurua, Hagod, two Nigirua, two in the Pay, Yapo Johnson, that comes Yapo Chig, Geshe Yapo Chig, two Nigirua. Chizanganzuki, Jeho, Lama Tunia, Donda Chigorova. Chizan. Lama Tuni, Ranzuki also, Delia, Lama also Tungo Marina, Manzu Dinichi, Lamaniego, Dondala Dinchi, Dondala Lama Tunigore, she's a Donda Dugudua. Or Dina, she done Ranzuki, Sanji, the Lama di Yukungo, Ranzuki, Ranzu Jig Mevana, Sanji said, Zuchu down, Nuba Tobayomare. Chazang Ranzuki, Gandicia, Monam Tapstilia, Sanji Kungo Pedigo, Ranzumako Majimato. She's not in
Ranzu.
Zuchu de Euro.
Okay,
Lama Pura, Zuchu de because of Japan, Magic to Euro, or the Nigib, Toba Mebanza, Manju Kandu, Monam Debache, Delia Chopina, Delia Sanji also Pedigore. She's on the Chibo Puyodu, Sanji to Nigore, she's on the two Nig, Donda Pugor, Sonam Sour, Donda, Direda to Gorva.
this even works in a slightly similar way in a worldly context. Let's say we came together if a community came together and praised the political leaders of their country, and they held a celebration with regard to the country's political leaders, and people were singing songs about their great qualities, and they'd orchestrated dances or choreographed dances, singing, showing the praises and the greatness of the political leaders of the land. The reality is the political leaders would not come, but they would be aware. They would have heard through the press or through various other routes that they would be aware of what's happening. And probably they'd be very happy that there were people in their country who saw them as quite wonderful. And so joy would arise in their mind, even though they didn't come. And if we look at it again on now mixing it from the worldly and the religious perspective, if we think of holy beings who do exist in this world today, such as His Holiness the Dalai Lama or Lama Zopa Rinpoche, so if we make offerings here and visualize their presence, make heartfelt offerings to them, make heartfelt prayers to them, they will hear those prayers. They, with their exalted minds, will be aware of our aspirations and the prayers that we are making. So they may not be able to, they may not come here physically, but we can be sure they are aware of the endeavors, the practices we are engaging in, our aspirations, the prayers that we are expressing, and thereby we can be sure that great joy arises in their holy minds. So we can't see their response, we can't even see that they are directly aware of what's happening. But in this context, we can have faith that because of their qualities, they are able to be aware of our supplications and our prayer. And so similarly here, now when we engage in practices such as this, we have no great magical powers ourselves or any yogic attainments. But so we aren't able to have a direct appearances of the Buddhas and the holy beings and our yidams before us. We're very, very ordinary beings. But the Buddhas are not. With their omniscient consciousnesses, they are completely aware of our sincere aspirations, of our heartfelt requests, and thereby they will be present here when we make these supplications, and they will be therefore here to receive these offerings. Even though it's all just merely done on the mental level, they will be here due to the power of their omniscience.
Samlodi yagi chogorwa chisan yagi chogonza nga du chine gom yane yando dine kingko sa tap andelya chikujo soya da dine thon yane yando du chibe nga du samlodi dine ge samlodi nubadi shukcher sher chogorwa samlo shukcher chisan dine inza nuba shukcher jode maung bana nga juge dine ge kungwe je tuyagi ngene 제기 누바질레기 레투고르와 다당 아주로 누바요 말든 궁고제 누바요 말 그래서 아주 삼로디 계주 되는 장도를 태요 말와 지나도 전에 장장 아좀 비니 신의 주도 직바로 신의 주도 갑라 나보 꾸딜레 미제도 제주네 투고 말든 파 장장 신의 주원이랑 주요도 아주 꾸디 러리아 되는 차로도 원이랑 꾸지요 바로지 라고 투네 투야 여바로지 난거와 근데 되네 장애장 강삼질이야 무수 시시 두고로 무수 제거로와 어디나싱아 다다 나싱 아주 삼로디도
그는 무수 대콜이
무수 강삼질이야 원내라 동거로와 산유 공원내라 동거로와 제가 라마 가실라 산이 시시 바래 라마 가실라디 꾸디게 숨전바래 시야여로와 제가 소수기 뉴바드네 리어도 딩고로와 진짜 다디는 아주 삼로디 아디 원년 아주 통하여 말 들려 삼단에 깔아 걸어 삼 되어버리나 아주 삼로에 야기 줘야 말해 제가 야기 말하나 근데 원년 제투에 그냥 고갑라기요 말해 제가 내내서도 전에 gom ya gom char mangu gom dine gom dine sam di pha tembu ten rugorwa dine rodu an gom shi di ya nyube cherjer an ganzam ji liang jugi ngwenera dine gi an kungo che kyol ha so chasa je tu ya gi ya yong tu gorwa.
So from another perspective, the purpose of what we are engaging in here, in brief, is because we want to spiritually develop. We want to develop the qualities within ourselves and eliminate our faults. So through a practice such as this, our mental strength develops, our mental ability, or the ability of our mind develops. And eventually then, we will be able to have a direct appearance of Yidam, of the Buddha, of all these holy beings. We'll be able to see them directly. The reason we cannot now at all is because we have not yet sufficiently developed our mind. We need to train our mind further. So an illustration that is well known is that when one is developing calm abiding, one starts out, for example, trying to hold an image of a Buddha, and it's very unclear. But slowly, with repeated effort, the visualization becomes clearer and more stable. And eventually, when calm abiding has been achieved on that object, it will be as if one can reach out and touch the object. It will be as if this visualized form or this body of the Buddha is right before one, and one could actually reach out and touch it. And when this then develops further, when one develops one's mental ability further, one will reach the stage where one can have direct visions of the Buddha and the Yidams, etc. And this is something that many of the great Lamas have experienced. And not only have they had visually been able to see the Buddhas, but they've been able to interact with them, for example, receive advice or receive teachings. So just because we haven't experienced something doesn't mean we cannot or it is impossible. What it does mean in this situation is that it's a sign that in this area we have to develop our mind. And through engaging in practices such as this, we're starting out to develop this particular aspect, this particular skill of our mind. And then later, when we develop calm abiding, develop that much further, we will be able to have actual direct visions of the Buddhas and the deities.
Denigi, Anzuki, Denigi, Gigogel, Lazo de Pasa, Tap Denigi, Tus, Comiodu, and the Deni Combina, and the Mahobanazo, Yamne Chebe, and Yamne Chebekabla, that in that Timbi Gigo Chasang Gomgurua, the Kangpata Chasa Shek, some Dangura, Chisa Denisa, Denigi, that Anzu Denigi, Gigogi, Lam Rim Text, Kabla, that Soshin Sat up to Checomio, Digi, some of the Soshin Sat, the Nuba Cherudu, Mahobana, and Yamne Chebene, Tina Timbi Gigo Sat Tabialia, Lela to Murtadi.
If one makes effort in this practice as is being laid out here in brief, and gains familiarity and skill with it, then later when one engages in the practice of Tantra, where one has to visualize far more elaborate celestial palaces or mandalas, then through the training that one has developed at this stage, one will much more quickly have success than with the tantric mandala. And that would come about independent on the training in a mandala such as this, in this merit field.
Duschine Pando Yeti Barjik, Nimsan Dinera, Dine some time, Dine Samtan, Kalahara, Gawal Sagi Pando, I some Dine Dobasa Sigiro, Dinenza, Diniki Pando Yore Sagic, and Duschine Shuadiro.
So hopefully through this explanation of the benefits of engaging in practice on a mere mental level, through mere visualizations and mere aspiration, one can see that tremendous merit can be accumulated as well as one's own mental development. So through the accumulation of merit, one spiritually progresses, and through training in the visualizations, then one develops this particular skill or strength to one's mind, which will bring about easier accomplishments in other fields such as calm abiding and tantric practice later on.
The Mishandagi, I did Council, Pando Meva Dine, Toyameva, the Samtana, Carapando, Yore Labna, or the Pando Dine, Yore Dusus, Yore Seji, Manzuki, and Teshikel Pandurua, Pingrada, Manzuki, Mishandagi, or the Dinege Toya, Yomar, Meva Chile, Dina Samtana, the Rascaler, Duzutola, Wasabi, Lavaina, or that Dine Dusus Seji, Teshikel, Pando Yore, di enza aningi di juel diremato denige dobanamdo de kyozel yungube diki shigo mare.
So what I've just been saying now about just because one hasn't seen something for oneself doesn't mean that it's not possible, and it doesn't mean that no benefit can come from this. So that's what I've just been saying. But the meaning of what I'm saying here is not that all of you must now believe this. I'm not saying that at all. Rather, what I'm doing is presenting my point of view based upon my own experience and understanding. And you've now heard this point of view, and you can decide whether you see this kind of practice as worthwhile, as beneficial, or not. That's up to you. But I think it's important that you have an understanding of my point of view, and over time, as one gains ever greater familiarity with the Buddha Dharma in its vaster aspects, then one can come to a settled opinion and decide then on the basis of knowledge and experience whether, for example, practices like this make sense or don't make sense. So that is a decision that you need to each come to individually, whether now or at some point in the future. So for that is one of the reasons that I've now shared my point of view. And the second reason is it's always good to have knowledge, because it's on the basis of knowledge that one can make better decisions, and also one can inform others and perhaps dispel doubts of others. Because if you accept this view, for sure other people you come across will not, and they will say, oh, what are you doing? Why are you sitting in your room doing these visualizations? Waste of time, helping no one. On the basis of knowledge, you can help explain why this is useful to do, and they may accept it or not, doesn't matter, but or they may accept it or not, but at least they will have heard that your decision is based on reasoning. So this is why, the second reason why I'm expressing my point of view as to the worthiness of these kinds of practices.
That's what you did. And those things are to sa chang si Gewa sa or Jang si Monsignor Dipusa Shabatipa Jang so the sa chang that in that door then Sashang in Duba, Yala Dumba Chavani Sura. That Gewa Saya and to get Dipa Sasha Petike, Ma Jayalia, and it Jidan Giavada didn't Mango as Hinada, the Tuduch the Yala Dunjukone, and Sasha Chores.
Den Danta den Gomme Defne Login, then is Consus Hako Gere, and Yigu Gurping. So I'm just going to reread the retranslation now in its entirety. An exceedingly fragrant bathhouse means that having generated a bathhouse, offer ablution, clothing and ornaments. Thereafter, You and all sentient beings should request the merit field to once again abide so that offerings can be made, as explained in Shantideva's way of life for bodhisattvas. And now reading on in the text, the essential points of purification and accumulation are summarized in the 7 limb practice. So there's a vast array of techniques to purify previously accumulated negativities and accumulate virtue. And these can be summarized within the 7 limb practice.
Then Yangale Midava, so what Deba said that, ya, and Gedina, and Yangale Midava, Chang, Chulia, Manzutuna, Shuroshi, Sachi, and Tishu Chikre. And that is Tamadelia, Susu, Kiawasashi, Kiawadigia, Moakere, or Dele Yala Dunsura, Chasawa, Chebopua, Deepa Shapa, Kiawala Chisu Iran Cheba, and the Chubu Holocordo Soa Deba, and Yangale Midava Sos and Soa Deba, and the Kiawa Chisu Kiawa Moakia Dela. Or did Yala Dun so Chita, the Nigi Yala Dunyukone, and the Kawasaya da, Yama Dibasasha Pati Yama Chayaki, or Chayala, Dandala, then the Yala Dundi, Dundi or Ezere.
And the 7 limb practice or 7 limb prayer, this is a very skillful way to both accumulate virtue and purify negativities. So the 7 limbs then, the first is, or the 7 branches, would be the first would be the branch of prostration, the second would be that of making offerings, the third of confession, the fourth in rejoicing, and the fifth requesting that the wheel of Dharma, the teachings, Dharma teachings are continuously given. That's the fifth. Then the sixth, requesting the Buddhas and one's Lamas to remain with one in this world. And then lastly, the seventh is dedication of virtue. So the 7 again briefly. Firstly, prostration, offering. Thirdly, confessing. Then rejoicing. Fifthly, requesting that the wheel of Dharma be continuously turned. Sixth, that the Buddhas remain. And seventh, that of dedication. And these are the 7 limbs for accumulation and purification. Looking briefly at the first, that of prostrations. So prostrations can and should be done in 3 ways, physically, as well as verbally and mentally.
Then Dambo Cha Cell City and Cha Cell said the Dundade Garchegors and Anjugida, give you Delia, Pa, Debazitu Cheche, Cha Labdu, Sosugi, Dangi. Nyama Dibasasha Chasa Pa Dava shows Dava Chins and Meva Sugins or other Zangmas Meva Chins and Charles Sidu that's how you Choshin the Kurans Kens or the Kens that in the Kurans King Ken Dangazu Ken Dizangi Nyama Dipa Karasaj Chasampa Dipa Jangins or what the Chagins or the Benanga Chalan Yel Mason Pa Chache Ma Yushavana Chaba Chizan Dinashing Ninganzugi that Simja Simja Tamjiki Dipa Karasasha when the Chasada Pa Chagins Chachi Meva Sugins or that Dondala Meva Sugins then and then you can Choshin Kurans just Kens or that Kurans that can't say that can't you can Jamshu not on the set Chagrua. The child said what did I did it.
The word for prostration is chug tsel. So the chug, there's these two syllables, chug and tsel. So the first chug, so this is maybe salutation, or it's honorific for a hand, but salutation or reverence. And so this here can be, in the meaning here then in the context of prostration, is that with a mind of faith, one wishes to purify and eliminate completely all previously accumulated faults. So this is the first, the meaning of the first term, that of chag. And then tsel. So this is to have many meanings, but to be beseech, or to seek something out. And here actually the meaning is has reference to the omniscient consciousness, that omniscient consciousness that is aware of our mind of faith, aware of our wish to purify previously accumulated negativities. So this is the meaning of the word prostration. So the first relates to wanting to purify one's negativities, and the second relates to the exalted wisdom that is aware of our wish to purify.
Deva zechidu jeje anda manjugi sosugi dikwa kharishibana pa meba sugin samje ane di dondala nga lu yuko ne da lu la temo charje nga zo disurwada dangbo jiwol jikje dene ya ane di tawara che dene jembar che ninga che du che dene je shiligro on du che ne dene lu ma jike to che ne Then I'm going to go down, Lagba, Bimo, Yalangas, Dima, Sal Tuche, and Tedele, and Dele, Luki Chasura, Delia, and Yangshas and Machasa, Che Chichina, Rigel Masona, and Bimo, Lagba, Bewanga, Matuche, Che Chichi, and Chaluchasa Masal Matuche, Che Niungurada.
The physical prostration. So that was etymology. Then the physical prostration. Then, so here, one already with. So it's a physical prostration, but we immediately refer to the mind. So the mind is one of single-pointed faith. So single-pointed faith towards the objects of refuge to whom one is making these prostrations. Then, with a physical aspect, one places one's two palms together at 4 points. So again, there was showing on the crown, at the forehead, at the throat, and at the heart. And then goes down into the prostration, where one's two palms, two knees, and the forehead touch the ground. So one touches the ground with these 5 points. And then one can do the prostration in either the short or the long form. And that's how one then engages in a full-length in a physical prostration.
And Tawale di Sanji Delia Puchior Zebu Sura on the Zebu Druaki and Nuba Capachan Shasos and Besam Mabatia. The Timbala Shadu Sanji Sun Druaki, Maombana, Sosuke Sanji Sun, Druaki, and then Nuba Shasos Sambata. Then Ningal Mashadu, Sanji two Druaki, Nuba Shasos, and the Nigi Mabacha, and Nicasa on to do Shawad Direda, Chiwo. Jawa Jimba Nigasen Tamo Shishade. That Tamo Jadukable La in Dusche, Tewani the Nala Pachur, Labu Dusche, and Dusche Mareche, Dusche and Dusche, DJ and Dinalolia, Nobu Rimuchi, and begin Dusche and Teores.
When one, as one goes into the physical prostration, one joins one's palms together. And the way to do it is not with the palms flat together, but rather them apart with the thumbs touching, like in the Woshe. And then one imagines that within one's palms, which are slightly apart, although the fingertips are together, that one is holding a wish-fulfilling jewel. And then with one's hands in such a position, one places them first on the crown, then between the eyes, then at the throat, and then at the heart. And as one places one's joined palms in each of these 4 places, one generates a differing aspiration. So at the crown, one generates the aspiration, may I become through doing this, may I create the causes to become a Buddha and achieving the Ushnisha on the crown of my head like the Buddhas. May, and through putting one's palms together between one's eyes, may I develop may this create the cause to become a Buddha, developing the mark of a Buddha. I don't know, I forget its name, but it's this hair that's between the Buddha's eyes that is very long and curls, I think, anti-clockwise. Anyway, in other words, to create this particular mark of a Buddha's body. And then the third one comes down to one's throat. So these were relating to having the aspiration to become, to achieve the form body, the body of a Buddha, physical body of a Buddha. And then at the third, to have the quality of the Buddha's speech, to be able to teach the Dharma. Then at the heart, to have the qualities of the Buddha's mind. So when one's placing one's joined palms at these 4 places, this is the aspiration to have. Through doing this, may I be creating the causes to achieve the qualities of the Ushnisha and the other qualities of the marks of the Buddha, and then the qualities of the Buddha's speech and the qualities of the Buddha's mind.
지금으로 내가 너주로 친구나 당은 빼사서 당이 너샤스 마리로야 받으네 어디나신 당은 저기 냐마기 디바사이드 빼데네 너샤사 빼사샤선 비기 다 디링 산이 결혼에 당은 줄이야 지게 디바기 결혼도 샤기 진네 안바베 셈야 데니게 소슈 자고 끼네 마 두스네 리로 바나시제 디야다 산이야 안마치 샵기 산지게 다오네 수부네 마쇼데 강바르와 제상 안주기 빼고도 마살마도 강베드마 투시도 빼다 야기월 하소남래 뱀마시 구십시오 제비기 치르와다 어디니제네 통시오시 구십시오 제비게 아델야 마살 투에디 기월 하소 차치 유디기래 구십다 뱀마도 구십제야다 직제 니네 마도스제 바데 니네마 노주지게
when one has touched one's palms together at these 4 places, and then one goes forward in the actual prostration. So the attitude to have as one falls down into this prostration is with this mind of regret for previously accumulated negativities. One is falling down with humility, falling down with regret, confessing. And one, if it's a full-length prostration, one is lying flat down before the exalted qualities of the Buddhas. And lying flat before these exalted qualities shows one's great reverence for the qualities of the Buddha, and also shows one's sincere regret for one's previously accumulated negativities. So there are these 2 aspects of regret, and with the commitment to never engage in these again, and then secondly that of a tremendous respect for the qualities of the Buddha. And that is what should be present in one's mind and is acted out through this process of falling at the feet of the Buddha with reverence, but also with regret.
점점 직례가 소소를 donda 줍지 빼 가다 주디 빼 간마 살마리르야 지금 그러와 점점야 소소를 강아지고 빼 강아지 빼 셈지 강아 쳐다 셈야 빼 강아 슉 쳐다 chen 마살야 리르야 저러와 무 리니 무야로와 어디로 오시와 당원 소소기 빼 지키냐 디버제제냐만 노르지 빼 와샤 삼지 빼 지게 셈야 초자고 계지 말 제두스야다 안지 다디링 라마야 빼 마시기 디니기 지게 소남 사야 되지 지고 빼 야고래 삼지 라마야 통 휴지 마 가다 쳐지 뭐지가 온두시네로 하다 디니기 차 세요도 난 지게 차기 부위기 소남되기를 휴시야요 다 소남 빼 마시사기라서는 야 지게 소남이 되고 되는데 용구에서 빼 야치 뭐 휴시야 소남 빠도메 바사기래서 그래.
It's just like in our own lives when we've really made a mess and we just go, oh no, what have I done? And our mind comes down, but our body also goes down. So this is similar to what we're doing with a prostration, to the one aspect of the prostration, which is with this thought of, oh no, what have I done? I never want to do this again. And the body falls down with regret. So that is something very similar to how we act in our normal life. And this is what we're doing here with sincere regret. And likewise, when we're down at the feet of the Buddha, with his vast expanse of qualities rising above us, and we in our lowest possible position, it's as if to remind ourselves of these incredible qualities that we have in the objects of refuge, these incredible qualities that are there as objects of refuge that provide protection from suffering. And that too, though, with the mind of regret, should bring great joy to oneself, because one has this refuge, one has this potential for development. So that's the physical prostration. Then the verbal prostration. So this refers to reciting beautiful verses or eloquent words.
지든달이야 심지어 탐지 상조고바 토바지 세비게 투게 장주 셈게 안데네 장주 셈게네야 안지 진바다 수준의 세비 냠낸다 시행기 되는줄래 초바도 매바 사바레스 제가 데니게 사디 초사 데니게 초사네 아니데 지기야 상지고방 아니 요 디바 바차다 제바방 아니 켄고에게 차상 켄제 상지고바 톱사레스 제가 상지고바 톱네 아니 꿀이야 아니 지기 찬상보 숨주 자년에 배상의 계획이 구유연대 예대반 다 숨을이야 숨기바 현리아 투제의 원계 현리아 최송 현리아 편바자치 모두 현심전 망보 안에 동하다 람냠내 제주 야코의 동안을 자체 탈바탐지 기면 망보를 그 숨구연대 되네 지요래 자다 투기연대들이야 상기게 건조게 투del이야 가는 시어서는 다 시자 취 간에 지나 차상 켄되게 마켄바세 디어 말에 차상 킹고라서 차상 그 셈진je 감나 뭐봐 아니 간에 지나 킹고라 안디 마세 안에 셈전 탐지 누가다 다나 셈비게 다 셈절 제와다 셈전 차상 디기데 되나 셈비게 안 셈절이야 잠바 디 셈전 탐지 대와다 대다 누가다 책 되는 뜬고 습이 캠비 연대 재산 구성 투수 연대 되는지 요래서
네 그거는 디 쿠키 연대인데 즉 송으로는
구연대들이야 구del이야 내가서 천상보 숨지 자년에 배세상보 기초세다 지키신 지휘와 라바 천상 안되네 꿀이야 되네 요래서다 되네기
되는 거서
데 구성 투수 연대 제hen제 되네 제hen제 어두시네 안에 되네게 상기기 틀려 취 송제 심제 탐제 냠내 취 냠내제 안장쇼 셈곰 냠내지네 심제려 스스로라 디기 요야데 대추 상기기 틀려데 제가 상기 구성 투수 연대 되네요 안님마 심진 생아도 되달이야 지금 냠는 데네 나와래 삼지 두신 대수 구성 투수 연대다 상기 녀마 람 냠는 집에가 냠는 제다디도 제제 빼서 야고 중샤 선비게 내려야 안에 지게 가와게제 대바게디 다 이기 차례지
We've looked then at physical and verbal prostrations, and then the third, that of mental prostrations. So this then refers to reflecting the qualities of the Buddha's body, the qualities of the Buddha's speech, and the qualities of the Buddha's mind. So we remind ourselves that the Buddha was once an ordinary afflicted being just like ourselves. But through training in the teachings that he received and training them in them precisely, he developed a mind of great love and compassion, or minds of great love and compassion for all sentient beings. And he developed these to the point where actual bodhicitta arose within himself. And then in order to become a Buddha for the sake of all suffering sentient beings, he strove in the activities of the six perfections so as to create virtue. And he engaged in these extensive offerings so as he could become a Buddha for our sake, for all sentient beings, which includes us. And then we reflect on the qualities of his body, such as the various marks and signs, which came about in dependence on this extensive training that he engaged in. And the qualities of his speech, which refers to his teachings of the Buddha Dharma, where he has led so many beings to states of liberation and even full enlightenment. And the qualities of his mind, that he knows all phenomena, in particular he knows the individual dispositions and inclinations of each and every being, and can benefit them in accordance with that. And then fourthly, his enlightened activities, that he's continually engaging in vast deeds to be of benefit to all sentient beings, including ourselves. So thinking like this should generate a strong faith in the Buddha, as well as great joy in our minds.
And yeah, and get chicken to do some crowns, Sumba Najin, and Yamlin Cheven, and the Koala Tartugure, just a Yogure, some big Ishi Timbuchedi, Ishi some died, Ishi Deva Jadi, and Ishi Deva. Then they do because of social together, this will Ishi, this will Ishi, Corons, Loban, Nawana, Sing, and Yamlin Delia, Japsu Trova in the Lua Guneomaris, no two Guneomaris, the tending on the Koala Conjugi, Joptugure, Jopure, Sempigi, Ishiki Adire, Ishiki Devasore, the Niki Yishin, Devaki Adela, Ishiki Devasore, Devadia Yichasore.
Then the second type of mental mental prostration is that, having now cultivated this reflected on the qualities of the Buddha and this minds of joy and faith arising within oneself, then one relates that to the merit field that one has visualized before oneself, seeing that these objects, the objects of refuge, these objects visualized before oneself are faultless, and that they have through relying on them, one can develop qualities within oneself that will provide one from true protection from suffering. This then leads to the development of the faith of conviction. And this cultivation of the faith of conviction in this way also serves as mental prostration.
Michilia Robocher Shelapna and Midilia to Yishamach or Tading and Roger Kuetang Ganga the Segi Robochikis a big Isitembucho, and Dina Shingan Delia Javuti Kilian to get capture and to Cheventa, Miti and to get Ganga the Segi, Conju Kyokuri, Sambi Ishi Devade. These are the Niki Devake. Angela Kusun Tusu, Yendike, Pa Deja Delia Devake. Dene Devakene, the Sugata to my Nubo Consugi, Manju Consul Japs Trova in the Consul Tendent Jobres and Ichi Devake.
So this faith of conviction we can liken in a worldly sense, that we'll have people that we can turn to when we are in trouble, when we are in need of help and assistance, and that we can return to these people with confidence that they have the ability and that they have the wish to help us, that we will not be a burden, we will not be a trouble, they will help us joyfully. They'll put aside anything else and joyfully help us, and they have the skill to do so. So that's would be how we can relate to this in an ordinary context. So here, having reflected on the qualities of the Buddhas, here we generate this strong faith of conviction, knowing that they have the ability to help us and guide us, and through relying on them, we will be able to develop qualities within us which will serve to protect us from suffering and problems.
Denegi Sanji Kusung Tusun, Kwanzuki Kusung Tusun, and then Denijaba, Kwanzanyama, Yamlin Denijabanaji, Nina, Denigi Konsunashi, Janju Simke, Kwanzan Yamlin Jabanaji, Nina, Janju Simja Tamji, Sanjoko, Tobaji, Janju Simge, Kwanzunashi, Yamlin Yapuchi, Tuba Show us some of them. And the Kwanzuki Sanji Kopon Tobne Simji doing Gachimo Jabanaji, Kusung to you, and then Dinaji, Nia Dinaji, Toba Show, some big the top shows and be Devaki, Delia, and Jabadilla, Dia Yigishas.
And a further way one makes mental prostrations is now continuing this reflection. Is we've reflected on the qualities of the body, speech, and mind of the Buddha, and then we've related that to the objects of the merit field and generated ever stronger faith of conviction. And now we seeing these qualities of the Buddha's body, Buddha's speech, and the Buddha's mind, and we're having reminded ourselves that the Buddha was once ordinary, like ourselves, a lost and confused ordinary being, who then set out and developed the minds of the Buddha Dharma within himself. So here we generate great conviction. I too will train in the same way that the Buddha did, because if I do so, I will achieve the same result. So we make this commitment and this aspiration, this commitment to train just like the Buddha has, with the aspiration to achieve the exact same result as he did, full and complete enlightenment. So this too is a form of mental prostration, and it has these two key aspects of committing to train like the Buddha did and to achieve the same result, the result of enlightenment.
And Delia and Gigelia and Dinganzu Dungal, the Consukure, by Ichi Devachi, the Ichi Devasure. Then Monpanang and Consonage, and then didn't top show, top Gudu, top shows and be sometimes Devaki, when do you get Devas, when you're sending out of Monpan, Rayagi, Toy Deva, Chesna Delia, Dami Deva, Ichi Deva, and when do you get Devas and Devasum, some Nalia, that just can't do Devaki, that the Ichi Chachagore.
Den kunde det som jag kan det kanske inte samma information.
Dangwe deba, ichigi deba, ngondugi deba sigede.
Dangwe deba det kolla jag kan som.
Dangwe deba. Dangwe deba sädi kusung tusu yenden jenje be yakuresan ga. Gana la jenen deba jedela dangwe deba se. Dangwasna gawa sigurwa.
Den är det nipa?
Nipa dela ichigi deba sigura. Odun kunju gyoguresan bigi deba ichene deba jede.
So what we've heard here then is about actually the three different types of faith. And generating these three types of faith within one's mind also serves as mental prostrations. So the three types of faith are the faith of joy, the faith of trust, and the faith of longing. So this faith of joy, which you'll almost certainly find translated differently elsewhere, but I can't recall what the normal translation is. This is joy that arises within oneself, having reflected on the qualities of the Buddha. The second type of faith is a faith of trust or conviction, which is this conviction that the qualities of the Buddha can serve to protect us from suffering. And the third type of faith, the faith of longing, is the faith that I will attain these, I will strive and attain these same qualities of the Buddha's body, speech, and mind myself in the future. And here, this faith of longing is a longing to attain these qualities. So it comes with a mind that is wanting to strive to achieve these qualities. So the three types of faith, that of joy, that of trust, and that of longing.
나던다라 드링한 저기 다지게 추수에 제제 될야 차세에 양라고 셔바래 근데 되네 자다 돈당한 저 가래 집에네 당한 저기 당아질에 차세에도 아니 담보 구송 투숨이랑 저기 초신 사다와 나라 마더네다 되네게 지게 상기그 구송 투숨다 랑게 람미기 구송 투숨이 연된데 봐 전제 라마야 대바제지도 집에 라마세에 깨진 첨부하고 시우래 다 상계세에 대한 줄이야 배마세 깨진 첨부에 삼제 구송투 연된 전제 될야 대바케가 야보래 삼야다 야보래 디인자당 저기 람미기 라마다 상기그 손여기 될야 냠는 제바 있는다 당아지네 코발에 다 투그리 땡땡 투그리 삼비기 이시게야다 뭐바나 Lama Sanyo Koranzuki Kusuntu Yende Nashinjik, Nia Tobarchigins, Tobarsho, Samche, Denige Samata, Tambo Samlo di Titan, Denige Samata, and Dean Zangi, Andia, Anjigia, 차푸긴 세비게 가서 두삼 다진 류기권에 차세야 류규 차세야다 다 류규권에 차세비 갑라 나게 돈행아줘야 지게 상유 최소모도 나이나다 다가 지금 저기 가래 등구이나 배지 직시 돼줘로 띵하게 차사거 그래서 삼로 되네 다장한 저기 나는 파 안지게 송 배지 돼 류규 차세베나 류가 이수미 차 념도 세거래 두세 안 차세야 디야 되는 아주 군로 가서 당번이 슈바나시 semje tamje dewa denpa da dunga da gudu den jangi semje tamje du sanyo ko ba thoba chi semje chanju semje kune la di don sanyo ko ba thoba la da so so rang gi dikwa ti gi nyama dikwa sa je de dikwa ti ma jang go wa chi san dikwa jang go za di ring ya sa so di dun de ya an chi cha phu ji dikwa di sha gi semje an cha da an chi cha phu ji sonam sa go ra den sonam sa gi di don da li semje tamje du sanyo ko ba thobe chi yin 심진이 디기 주야다 심지 동아세에 돈달지기 sembi 데니게 삼다 장저기 차세야다 아니 지기 삼로 셈 공원하라 삼로 데네 따야다 시기가 돼야다 데니제디 차부기 부면나 당아들이야 선남 침모사야다 데니게 대한 타바다 산유고반 투비 규체고래 가서 공원 자주심기 군대 나와래 다 되려야 아는 아주 돈이기 따위에 섬 따위는 차체 유디게네 안에 지게 유 겹유디게네 다신 집에서나 랑용원을 주고 자오기네 아 섬에 섬을 지다야다 다 소소라나 차체겐 소소라이네야 그 다신 집에서나 랑용원을 주고 자오기네 매사야다 당아주 수유된다의 세계에서는 체도자와 심진 탐지게 된다 사유고바 토야 지상 체도자와 심진 탐지게는 랑용원을 주고 매 제가 나랑의 사셰비기 디바디기 마자에 디바디기나 랑원이 좀 싸우기는 매 선비 두신의 삼단제 공원 전주심게 삼군에랑 얘네 안 동이게 따와시 라신이 마주바시 삼다 안 얘네 전에는 야 사기 구송도 연된되기 봐 대행제 대바지지도 제제의 류유권의 차세야다 되는 가고는 식돼야다 두시에디 당한 저기 Lam Rim Text kabla dusene ama rimbal ma sonda chasewe ya la sede ndile yoro adus je gores dene ne ya go gores ya chungro jesa da diring ga joge samda de dire dene za da je de ma bana da chebo fu ya la ma ko zuro
So to summarize, before starting to summarize tonight, I'm going to take a moment to remind ourselves of our context. So we started some time ago with the actual meditation that one engages in this Lam Rim tradition, and we had some preliminaries to the meditation, and we cultivated a motivation and visualization. So the motivation that would be present in one's mind by the time one came to the part of making the offerings of the bath offering and then to the 7 limbs would have been a motivation of comprising firstly the mind of refuge, secondly the mind of bodhicitta, that one has already cultivated in this meditation the determination that to lead all sentient beings to attain their own enlightenment. In other words, to become the most skilled of guides, so that one can lead and guide beings to develop all good qualities and eliminate all faults completely. And with such a motivation, one is committed to striving for Buddhahood. And moreover, one has already engaged in some reflection on emptiness, and with this understanding of emptiness, one has generated this visualization. And in the same way as this visualization does not exist inherently, so too does no single phenomenon exist inherently. So the self, the person engaging in this meditation, does not exist in the way that it appears to the mind, but is empty of existing in this way. It's empty of being inherently existent. So too are all these virtuous behaviors or virtuous activities that one is engaging in, such as the mind of refuge. Does not exist inherently. The mind of bodhicitta doesn't exist inherently. The mind understanding emptiness doesn't exist inherently, etc. So the virtuous activities, these minds don't exist inherently. Nor too do all our nor too do the negative imprints that we have accumulated. These too are not inherently existent. All phenomena lack any trace of inherent existence. So this is the context that we are engaging in this practice with, these minds of refuge and bodhicitta, and the wisdom, understanding, emptiness already generated. And now, with this strong sense of refuge and bodhicitta and understanding of emptiness, one engages in the various ways to accumulate virtue through offering the ablution or bath offering to the merit field. And now we're engaging in the 7 limbs. And tonight we looked at the first of the 7, that of prostrations. And we saw how to make offerings through physical prostrations, as well as through verbal prostrations, such as, for example, reciting the refuge prayer, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened, for Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and so forth, or whichever other virtuous prayer one prefers. And so this can be done, should be done, whilst you are making a physical prostration. Recite a refuge prayer, because then you're doing a physical prostration together with a verbal prostration. And of course the mind should be engaged, so that one will be doing a mental prostration together with the physical and verbal prostrations. So the 3 can be done together. And when one is doing a physical prostration, the 3 should be done together. And so we looked at tonight in some detail at the verbal, at the physical, as well as the verbal, and certainly in some detail on the mental prostrations. So hopefully that's clear, and now when the opportunities come, you'll be able to do them very effectively, accumulating vast stores of merit, as well as purifying negativities. So next week we'll continue, and we'll look at offerings, which will be the second of the 7 branches. Okay. So thank you, then we'll finish here. Thank you very much.